How's it going, people? Salmon Slabby here, and this is your quest guide for the Shadow Over Ashdale. So let's get started. No music or anything. Game on. Quest requirements: there are none. Skill wise, there's also none. Item requirements: I do recommend you bring along some armor and a weapon, as well as some food, and you'll need 5 or more inventory spaces. So just make sure you got 5 at the start, and you should be good. To actually start this quest, you need to come down just southwest of the Taverley Bank and talk to Gudrick inside his house. So as soon as you're ready, go ahead and talk to him and quickly spam through the chat. Ask about the quest. Run through it again, go ahead and accept. And it's time to board the boat. So head directly to your west onto the pier and go ahead and board the boat. So eventually you will arrive in Ashdale. So once you're here, go ahead and run directly to your north, and you'll find a pool of slime on the floor just before the stairs. Go ahead and examine it. Once you've done that, carry on up the stairs, and just on your right hand side there will be another pool on the floor. Go ahead and examine that. Once you've done that, carry on north, and on the west side in this little area here you will see a house with an NPC you can actually talk to, Lucy. Go ahead and talk to her, tell her you're there to help, option 1. Run through all of the chat, then choose option 1, then option 2, and finally option 3. You'll then get a little cutscene again, and it'll show you the sewers. So exit out of the back side of this house and go ahead and enter the sewers through the manhole. So once you're here, it's pretty much a one-way path here, so just go directly to your east and then slightly to your north, and you'll end up in a largish room. And as soon as you enter, you will have a little cutscene. So it's time to start fighting. You'll have a basic mob here. He doesn't hit very hard. I've tried it on the low level account and I've been doing it on this one as well. On both accounts he really does not hit hard. So you should be able to completely and utterly rip through these without much trouble whatsoever. Once you've killed it, head on past him over to your west and then take the northern exit. Then go towards your northeast. This is a pretty linear path, to be totally honest. And then to your west, and you'll end up in a room similar to the one you was just in and when you killed that mob. So as soon as you arrive, one will just drop down from the ceiling. Go ahead and rip it apart. And climb up the ladder. So, you'll now be on the other side of the city. Go ahead and make your way down towards the southwest. As soon as you've passed the bridge, just keep going south. And eventually you'll get another cutscene. So once the cutscene's over, just in front of you now will be 2 more monsters for you to kill. It's the same as before, nice and simple. Just go ahead and poke them in the eye until eventually they fall over. Once you've done that, keep heading down towards your south. You're going to have to open the gate and then head into the building we just had the cutscene for. So once you're inside, go ahead and crack open the door, and you'll see a little bust, statuette kind of thing of someone's head. Go ahead and examine it, and you'll open up some secret passage. At the same time, you can examine the table to your side to get a note. Once you've got both of those, head on down. So again, this is a pretty linear path. There'll be a monster right in front of you. Go ahead and stab it good. And then kill the other one. To the south side of this room, you'll find a soldier unconscious on the floor, or a sailor I should say. Go ahead and examine him and you will receive a book. Once you've got the book in hand, carry on up the path. You will then get a little cutscene and you'll now be in a room full of water barrels. So, as soon as you enter the room, head into the southeast corner and you'll find 2 items on top of some crates just by here. Go ahead and pick them both up. Go ahead and patch the pipe directly in front of you with the pitch you just picked up. And then in the other corner of the room you'll find a little ring. Go ahead and pick that up. Then use your 2 remaining items together, the inner wheel and the outer wheel. And go ahead and fix the central barrel. Once the pipe has been patched and you fixed the central barrel, go ahead and click on the barrel with water in and basically follow it around until eventually you get to the door. So click on the barrel, then click on the barrel it goes to, and again and again and again. And that is pretty much it. So upon doing the last one, you'll get a little cutscene and the door will now open. So head on through. And there'll be a few monsters in this room. Go ahead and kill them all. And there'll be a third one towards the back of the room. There's also a chest in here you can pick up. It gives you a very small amount of coins as well as a sapphire. An uncut sapphire I should say. So if you need the sapphire, go ahead and crack that open. Anyway, once all 3 are dead, you'll get a cutscene and we move on to the next section. Now you won't actually kill these next set of monsters. Instead, in order to kill them you have to pull a lever. And at the same time, if you're spotted by them, you get basically insta one-shot KO'd. So avoid standing in front of them. Pretty good advice. Anyway, carry on through and directly in front of you you'll get a cutscene. And it'll show you the first lever. So literally all you have to do is pull these levers whilst they're not looking at you. If you pull them when they look at you, they try to attack you, and if you actually manage to get hit, you'll lose all your life instantly and you'll respawn literally at the start of the little puzzle you're on. It's quite straightforward. Just pull the levers, avoid walking in front of things. Nice and simple. Anyway, once you've pulled that lever, carry on through the pathway. And for this one, directly in front of where the passage is the next lever. Go ahead and pull that, and you'll kill this dude and open the door. So, once you've done that, move on to the next room, and literally follow behind the crab thing until you can carry on walking down the path, and then follow this next crab all the way around the circle again, until eventually you can get to the lever on the northern wall. So go ahead and pull that, and you'll kill both of those crabs, and the door will open. So carry on down through the path on your west side this time. There'll be a little outcrop, a little tiny room on the side here. To your east, there is a chest in here which you can pick up, which gives you sapphires and coins once again. So for this next bit, you want to follow the crab just like we did last time in order to get into the little safe channel on the side. And then wait until the next trap passes and follow him as well. And you're going to have to follow this one all the way around for the most part, because the lever is on the far top side. So once you're over here, go ahead and pull the lever. So as soon as you regain control, go ahead and make your way through the door that just opened. And go ahead and kill the two monsters up here. And there is another chest in this room as well. This one gives you coins as well as an uncut emerald if you want that. These are entirely optional to get all the gems. You don't necessarily need them to complete the quest, but, you know, free stuff, you know what I mean? So, once you've killed both of those, cracked open the chest if needs be, climb onto the ship, and it's time to start the boss fight. So starting off, there are 4 tentacles, one in each corner of the ship. They have very little life, and the max damage you can do is 40. It's quite simple, they don't do a huge amount of damage, just lay into them and finish them off. So upon killing the 4 tentacles, you will then get another cutscene, and this time we're going to be fighting the actual proper boss. So this one is the same as the last fight, kind of. If you are next to the sides of the ship, the tentacles will attack you. Simultaneously, the squid itself will shoot out water, and basically you just want to avoid it, so run to the opposite side, pretty much. Nice and simple to avoid, all the while just laying into the squid. About halfway through this fight, as he starts to get lower on life, he'll start to defend himself by covering himself with his claws, and at the same time there will be shadows appearing on the boat. All you need to do is simply step out from under the shadows. If you stay there, you'll get hit by a fairly decent chunk of damage. If you just walk out of the way, nothing at all. Yeah, it's quite simple, to be totally honest. Kinda reminds me of the QBD fight. Other than that, that's pretty much it to this boss. You can't kill the tentacles, so you may as well just straight up ignore them. Just focus on the squid head, and avoid these shadows as you can see on screen now, as they can dish out quite a bit of damage. And all the while, lay into it. Job done. So, upon killing the squid, you'll have another little cutscene, and you'll save the villagers. Yes! Because we're awesome! So, quickly run through the chat, and say yes, I'd like to travel back to Tavali. And you'll be right next to Gudrick again. So you need about 5 inventory spaces spare at this point, so if you don't have them, just quickly munch your food or make some room either way. Once you've done that, go ahead and talk to Gudrick once more, and then ask about Ashdale, and then choose option 1 as their reward. And that is it, people. So for completing this quest, you get 1 quest point, 300 XP in attack, strength, and defense, as well as constitution. You'll also gain 3 black pills and 2 treasure hunter keys. Now you may be wondering what those black pills are. Basically you can use them once a day, and they will give you a massive chunk of XP. For example, I'm using it on my Dungeoneering, which is about 109, 110, and it gives me 42k XP. So yeah, all in all, quite good. Can't fault it. And with that said, that is the quest, so I hope you all enjoyed, found this guide useful, and I will catch you all later. Have a good one.